Hello, welcome back to Reverend on the Road, or Reverend on the Homestead as one might call it. Anyway, it's been several weeks since we've been here. I've got some video clips that I'm going to show you first of times we were here, but since we've been here since those other videos, it's been about 2 weeks, and the grass is growing a lot longer. And also, I don't know if I showed you the video, but one of the delays was we had to have some extra dirt rock mix brought to the property because of us getting stuck in the mud. And so what we've done is we took it and we went in with the rock mixture and then over. So Lee's able to park his truck over without sinking in the mud, and the car can come on. And as you see, the RV's behind me, and we've got it set up very nicely. And so I will show you what we did in the past before we left for the 2 weeks for Thanksgiving holiday, and then what we're doing now. And one of the delays in all the things we've been doing has to do with the rain. So when it rains, we can't come here and work. We're having some more things delivered here on December the 17th, so we're praying that it does not rain, because we need to move this RV back onto the property further, as well as bring those items and have them delivered right here. Without further ado, let us show you where we've been and what we're starting out doing today. As you can see, it is really nice behind me. The grass is really green, it's growing up, and it just fascinates me how nature's able to replenish itself, where we went from weeds and thorns and thistles to actual grass, real grass. And it's just so pretty and green here. Of course, we still have a lot of work to do that we need to get on, and so it's not just the beauty of it, but it's the work of it, and that's what we're here to do. Okay, what we've decided to do today is bring the tractor lawnmower in and try to just clear some of this back grass that's real high. And in order to do that, I need to clap down some of the little thorn trees that we talked about. I've got some right here behind me, and you can see it's pretty small and yet pretty big. A tractor, you don't want a tractor to go over it, although a tractor can take over it. But remember, every time a tractor mows something down with thorns in it, we get thorns into the ground, and so we want to avoid doing that. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut any of these trees and just toss them aside, so when the tractor comes through, what we're trying to do is get to the other side of the property where we really need the tractor over there. But in the meantime, Lee's just going to clear whatever he can that's not a tree, but that is grass or bushy type of thing that's going on. And so that's what we're going to be all about today. And hopefully we'll have some good success. And hopefully the ground's not too wet and the tractor won't get stuck somewhere. If it does get stuck somewhere, it gets to stay there until the ground dries up. And darn, this is winter and it seems to rain once, twice a week. And so, you know, last time it rained was Thursday, and it rained all day Thursday, part day Friday. This here is Wednesday following that, and the ground is just still really wet in spots because it's just saturated. And it's clay, so what can you expect, right? So anyway, follow along. I would say that I think Lee is going to have the better job driving around on a tractor while I clop things in the ground. That's the way it goes. I do the grunt work. He gets the easy work. Just kidding. As you can see, as Lee mows this area, he's doing that. Some of the areas that Lee attempted to mow are just so wet underneath that once he got the top layer of grass off, you could see the moisture at the surface of the ground. And so we're not going to get to do everything we hope to do today. So he's cutting across now because, like I said, we need to head over that direction because we've got some stuff we have to take care of. And so he's just taking a straight shot there now, and we'll worry about this stuff later on. Okay, well, we're ending today. We didn't get what we wanted accomplished. The tractor with the wet grass really didn't work so good, and by the time we got to where we wanted to shift some of the things we were going to do, well, let's just say there's another day coming. Anyway, we're not getting much accomplished, but I hope you're enjoying watching. Hello. It's a cool day in Texas, and yesterday we did a lot of work here on the property. Forgot to film it, and it was a remarkable job we did. We took the RV and we moved it just over 16 feet backwards from where it was. I'm going to step out of the way and you can see. This is where, right here in front is where it was, and we pushed it back farther. And how we did that, because the ground is still wet and we didn't want to get stuck in the mud like we had before. So what we did was we took a 4x8 sheet of plywood and we cut it in half, and we bought 2 of them and we placed them behind each tire so we could back up onto the wood. And when we backed all the way, not quite to the end, we took the small piece of wood that we had sitting under the tires and we moved it to behind it. Then Lee backed onto those boards. We took the 8-foot boards, put them back behind the tire, and we just kept moving backwards until we were able to get back far enough to where we could level it once more. And then we put up the dog fencing and everything in front of it, because on the side it kind of does this underneath the RV. So we didn't want the fencing there because we figured that might be a puddle area where water might stand, and so we put it in front. And so that's kind of what we did, and we hung Christmas lights because it is the Christmas season, and so that should be delightful. Now today, oh, I guess I should tell you too that over in this section here we had a kind of a mound that went like that, and so Lee worked with the tractor to kind of smooth that down and flatten it out a little bit. Still got a little hump to it, but nothing like it had before. And so the water should flow evenly off of there and stop making that trench it was making. So today what we're doing is all those piles of twigs and branches and thorn branches that we had piled up, we're now moving them to a cleared area so that we can get down the trees. I'll show you that. So this area behind us has to be all cleared, and we have to get down all of the trees that are on both sides of this area and those piles of thorn branches that were there. And so what we're doing is Lee's using the tractor and he's pushing those piles that we put in place so many weeks ago. dozen of these big piles across the property, and that's only the portion that we've gotten done so far. We still have 2/3 of the property yet to do, but in about 1/3 of the property there aren't any big trees or thorn bushes. It's actually quite clear. It's a low area, so unfortunately in the low lining area it gets a little muddy and wet, and so we're not able to do a lot of the work over there just yet. With the rains coming, it's supposed to rain again today, and just for a little bit, but then I think it's Monday and Tuesday, or Tuesday and Wednesday, it's supposed to rain pretty good with thunderstorms. And you know what's really interesting about Texas is that, well, maybe, I don't know if it's about Texas or not, but what we're seeing is that the days that it's supposed to rain, it's going to be like 73 and 76 degrees. It's going to be thunderstorms and raining. And yet, on the days where it says sunshine, it's like 55 degrees. Doesn't work in my brain that well. And I've got to be honest with you, I kind of thought when we moved south to Texas that it would be warm all the time, and that winter would last maybe a month, and it wouldn't start till January. I guess I was wrong, because it gets quite cold here. So hopefully it'll be a short coldness, like only a couple of months, maybe 4 at the most, and then we'll get back to the warmth that I so adore. Anyway, this is what we're